Tottenham's 4-0 victory over Bournemouth means that they've surpassed last season's total of 7 points with 6 games left to play. So as promised in my last Spurs video, has Pochettino created the best Tottenham team in Premier League history? Check that out if you can. This video is the sequel. 3 ways Tottenham have improved this season. I posed the question because 99% of teams tend to improve through transfers, but if you look at who Poch has signed, the improvement could not have come through transfers. Vincent Janssen, Moussa Sissoko and Nkudu were a colossal waste of money. Wanyama was the only success, and whilst he's been every bit as good as I predicted, yes, that's another shameless plug at an old video, check that out when you can, Wanyama alone cannot and does not explain the improvement. For me, the number one cause has been the natural development of Dele Alli and Christian Eriksen. They've smashed past their personal records of goals and assists to ensure Spurs are that much closer to having world-class outfield players. I say that because beforehand under Poch, I always saw Spurs as an organised, balanced side who could frustrate you and wear neat on the eye, but ultimately packed a weak punch. This showed especially against the bigger clubs where they were overwhelmed. This season, however, they're packing a haymaker and are knocking teams off the park. I still think neither are world-class, controversial opinion, I know. For me, Eriksen needs to learn how to dictate the game against the very best, and as for Dele Alli, I still feel he's quite reliant on getting service to create havoc rather than creating it on his own consistently, and it shows in the bigger matches where Tottenham's record still isn't very good. Nonetheless, they have improved. And the massive reason why they have improved is the switch to the 4-3-2-1 formation. In a nutshell, it has increased Tottenham's efficiency in front of goal without making them vulnerable defensively. Let's break it down. In their old formation of the 4-2-3-1, Spurs were hard to beat but lacked spontaneity. This was largely due to a lack of pace in the final third. I think that's why Sissoko and Nkudu were bought while Zaha was targeted in the summer. Obviously the latter two have really disappointed, they've really flopped. So Pochettino pushed Danny Rose and Kyle Walker further forward into wing-back positions and it's worked a treat. They are ridiculously quick and seem to have unlimited stamina. Because they are pushed further forward, they can provide width in the final third. And I think this was the catalyst for Eriksen and Dele Alli improving. When Eriksen was on the left, he was boxed in. He doesn't have the pace of a Hazard or a Sanchez or the trickery of a Coutinho to escape his marker, so at times he'll be quite ineffectual on the left hand side. Bringing him into the middle has allowed him to focus 100% on his playmaking abilities without having to worry about finding space or covering his left back. Likewise, that's had an effect on Dele Alli, who now focuses on breaking into the box to score goals and support Kane. He's become Lampard-esque in doing that, and whilst he's getting less assists, who cares? I don't particularly think he's that creative anyways, but if Eriksen and Alli close to the goal, it's giving Kane the constant service he needs, whereas beforehand he could be quite isolated. He's recorded his best goals to game ratio as a result. His 20 goals in 24 appearances in the Premier League is phenomenal, and it's helped them become only the 4th player in Premier League history to hit 20 goals or more in 3 consecutive seasons. Last but definitely not least, the final reason for Spurs improving from last season to this season has been the fringe players stepping up to the plate. Heung-Min's son is the best example, scoring 19 goals in all competitions when he's only started 24 of the 45 games Tottenham have played this season. That is phenomenal consistency. Meanwhile, the likes of Davies deserves praise too. Apart from when Mane ripped into shreds in the 2-0 loss at Anfield, he has been an able deputy for the injured Rose. Dyer has done a good job in filling in for Wanyama, who has been injured recently, but has also shown his versatility at centre-back. Finally, Michel Vorm has been able to stand in for Lloris, who has missed a couple of matches. His performance in the 1-0 draw versus Liverpool in August was a sweeper-keeper masterclass as he shackled Mane, who had broken free a couple of times. Of course, the likes of Janssen, Sissoko and Nkudu means that the supporting cast has not always been stellar, but by and large, Pochettino has been able to rely on his bench far more in comparison to the likes of when he had Ryan Mason, Tom Carroll and Nasser Chadli last season, who with all due respect have shown that they do not belong in a Champions League side for their respective clubs. That's all for this video, but please be aware that this is only the second in a trilogy. Spurs are now 1 win away from surpassing their greatest ever Premier League points total of 72 points. They currently have 71. Their next Premier League fixture is against Crystal Palace on Wednesday the 26th of August. If they win that match, I will do a video on the greatest ever Tottenham starting 11 in Premier League history. In fact, you know what? Scratch that. Their FA Cup match with Chelsea is next week Saturday. If they win that match, I'll do a video then. Basically whenever they win next. So expect names like Gareth Bale, maybe even someone like Jurgen Klinsmann, and maybe even someone controversial like Sol Campbell to be named. Until then, get in the comment section regarding how you think Spurs have improved as a side this season. Definitely subscribe and click the bell for notification of future videos. And make sure that you share the video too. Until then, take care.